Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? Day 30. OMG. It seems like we just started. It seems like 2023 just started. And already we're here. How's this happening? How is this happening? Hi, if you're brand new here, I'm Reverend Valerie Love. This channel is a spirituality channel all about magic, money, and metaphysics. And you are on 40 Money Mantras, 40 days to transform your consciousness into a greater, more expanded wealth consciousness, a greater, more expanded wealth consciousness. And we meet every day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time live. Or if you're watching the replay, welcome. And what we love about it is because it's energetic, you are always right in the moment, even if you are watching the replay. Hey, love it, Linda. Hey, Darla. Hi, hi, hi. Hey, Darla. Look at all our members. I love it, love it, love it. If you have the book, then you can follow along and please make copious notes in the book. Many secret hidden gems are in this book. It is not for the cursory read. If you read it in a cursory fashion, it will seem simplistic. This is a book that you must plumb the depths of every word. Let's have a deep breath. Breathing deeply, we clear the mind. Clearing the mind, we come to understand who we are. That we are not a body, we are far beyond a body, though we have a body. And we take excellent care of the body, it's our home. And that we are something far beyond the body. Breathe. Breathe. Clearing the mind, we understand and know that there is an infinite field that we are of and in and one with. This infinite field could be called God, source, energy. When we, consciousness, infinite intelligence, when we close our eyes and close off the mind to any thought, we are now in the infinite field. Breathe. Clear the mind. Now, this is the solution to any problem that you will ever have, is to clear the mind and receive from your own magnificent self the answer, the way forward, the way over, the way up, the way onward. This is where all the answers for you are in your own consciousness. Breathe, 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 breathe. And clear the mind and be in bliss. Clear the mind and be in bliss. Stop suffering. The way to stop suffering is to stop thinking and overthinking. And now, with the mind clear and fully in this multidimensional reality, we can send forth a powerful intention backed by the will. Some would call this magic. To intend to determine outcomes, to impose one's will on the dough of the universe to form cookies, cakes, or whatever is desired. This is your job. Breathe. This word, this intention, goes forth into this infinite field and fetches the desired result and manifests it on the third dimension. Wealth, abundance, luxury, opulence, in peaceful ways, prosperity, overflow, supernatural surplus, more than is required. All this and more is the lived experience on this third dimension, even now. Ashe. So mote it be. Now that we have the answer to stopping suffering, is to clear the mind. PBG, pause, breathe, go within. That is to clear the mind. Go within means to go to that infinite field. And it's not a movement in location. It is simply a beingness. Pause, breathe, go within. Away from thought, away from sense perception, away from the third dimension and all its happenings. There is a space in you where nothing's happening. It's infinite stillness. Go there. And as we open our eyes, we now prepare for mantra number 30. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, family. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are so loved and so appreciated. You are so loved. The universe itself cannot exist without you. That's how loved and adored you are. The universe itself would split apart and splinter into a trillion tiny shards if it were not for you. That's the truth. And Course in Miracles even says, God itself, God himself, herself, itself is incomplete without you. Think about that. Meditate on that. God is incomplete without you. Meditate on how valuable you are to this whole life existence. Super valuable. Today our word is legacy. Legacy, legacy, legacy. Legacy. Let's begin. My legacy is one of faith. Now, let's come off screen share for a quick second and say something about the word faith. The word faith is used in the Bible in two distinct ways when you read the Bible deeply. Ooh, God is incomplete without you. Yes, Serenity Wellness Massage. Yes. Don't you love it? Let's look at the word faith and the two words, the Bible, the way it's used in the Bible. Paul says that faith means you believe a certain way, therefore you are with us. Your belief constitutes your faith. Your faith is what you believe in, which would leave the gaping hole. There's a gaping hole in that way of looking at faith. I don't look at faith like that. That's how most people look at in church, look at faith. That's not how I consider faith. Faith is just believe. Just believe what we're telling you. Believe that Jesus raised from the dead. Believe that he died for your sins. Just believe, and he that believeth will live. Just believe. I don't want to be brainwashed into believing something. So for me, I discarded that definition or that way of looking at the word faith. Here's another way of looking at the word faith. That you know, and therefore you walk out your knowing. You know you're supposed to go in this direction, therefore you walk out your knowing. That has nothing to do with belief. There's no belief in it. And as a matter of fact, belief would be anathema to knowing, because people that don't know have to believe. I'm going to say it again. Please put this in the chat. People that don't know, they have to believe. They don't have no choice but to believe. And you don't know, so you believe what people tell you. When you know, you don't need belief. You don't have any more beliefs because you know. Do you know your name? Do you know yourself? Do you know where you were born? You don't have to believe. There's no story about your existence. You probably have a birth certificate. I was born in Sydenham Hospital on this day at this time. It's on the paper. I assume that it's correct. That's what the doctor wrote down. So then if your parents were to tell you, there was a great green beast in Antarctica, and it had eggs, and the eggs hatch open one a day, every day, for each green beast. And that's where the babies of the world come from. And then when the egg hatches open, the green beast lifts the baby out of the egg, and a stork is standing right there. And the stork holds its beak open, and the sling, we've seen the sling in the stork before we knew where babies came from. We believed in the stork brought the baby. And the green beast puts the new baby that just hatched out of the egg in Antarctica. I'm just making this up as I go. This is what all religion is. They made the shit up. They made it up. And you put it in, and they tell it to you in a heightened state of emotion so they can really penetrate. And they use the methods of brainwashing. And the baby goes in the sling of the stork, and the stork delivered you here. That's how you got here. Sounds like the God spell, right? That's how you got here. And when you're 2 and you're 3 and you don't know, you go around telling, yeah, the stork brought me here. I was hatched in a big egg in Antarctica. Well, everybody's all, no, look how cute that is. Think I'm coming up with TikTok ideas right now because the Christian Witches TikTok is just so hot. I just love it. And then one day you come across your birth certificate and you have been ridiculed by everyone in your school because now you're 11 and you still believe that you were hatched out of an egg in Antarctica and a stork brought you to your mother and father's house because your mother and father were too afraid of their own sexual powers that they didn't want to tell you anything about sex. You believed that because you didn't know. We believed all these stories because we didn't know. All you have to do is get up and do research and use critical thinking skills, and then you'll know, and then you won't have to believe stories anymore. So that's the big divide. I've been free from religion for 13 years. Best thing ever happened to my mind. Yes. Religion is someone else's experience. Spirituality is your experience. Religion is what happened to someone else, and then they made everybody else have to do the same thing. They made it up, they thought it, and then they thought it applied to everybody. That's religion. Spirituality is I am having my own unique experience of this, whatever you call it, God, Allah, Jehovah, Wankantonka, the woods, nature, the ocean, infinite energy, whatever it is for you, that is your unique experience. And to tell you the honest truth, it's the only truth that you can go by. Stop thinking holy books are telling you the truth. No holy book is telling you the truth. Holy books are telling you incredible stories. They're amazing literature. They're incredible metaphor, allegory. It's hidden astrology. It's secret meanings. It's symbolism. It's allegory. It's alchemy. It's Egyptian mysticism. All of that is in the holy books. Oh, it's so much richer and deeper. Magic, metaphysics. It's so much richer and deeper than what anyone could even, what we can even fathom. I still don't know what the Bible and all these books are. I mean, I read them as just lid blows open. But that doesn't mean I'm going to go and kill a goat and make a sacrifice. That doesn't mean I'm going to not wear two fabrics at the same time. It says that in the Bible. You can't wear two fabrics at the same time. So that would take most of our clothes out, because if it has cotton and polyester, it's against the Bible. You're not supposed to be following that. No one's supposed to be following all that stuff. You're supposed to read it if you are drawn to it, if you want to. Not everybody's drawn to all these holy books. If you want to. And go to the holy books you're drawn to. If you love the Bhagavad Gita, I have all of them. If you love the Zohar, if you love the Book of Splendor, if you love the Bible, if you love the Book of Going Forth by Day, not the Book of the Dead. Other people other than the Egyptians called it the Book of the Dead. It's called the Book of Going Forth by Day, or the books of Bible, Epigrapha, Pseudepigrapha. Read all the ones that speak to you, the Gnostic Gospels. Read them all and draw your own conclusions and believe nothing. So I just want to be extremely clear that when you read the word faith in 40 Money Mantras, I want it to be extremely clear what we are talking about. We're not talking about Paul's faith, that you need to just believe. Saints, come on, saints, just believe. Paul was a bit of a raving maniac, yet that's a conversation for another day. Now we can go back to 40 Money Mantras. My legacy is one of faith. I have the faith to walk out my divine destiny and see it through to completion. Faith means knowing and certainty. I don't know the outcome, yet I can see it before it even exists. I have a knowing that I can do this thing. I see it in the third eye as a vision, and I am walking forward to complete that vision. I didn't get beliefs from the outside pressed into my brain that I'm now trying my best to adhere to with the little bit of scotch tape of faith that I have. Rip that off. Just rip off the Band-Aid and be your own person. You're a sovereign divine person. Be your own person. Make up your own mind. I have the faith to walk out my divine destiny and see it through to completion. No matter how challenging it may be, no matter who may or may not believe in me. Let me read this myself every time I've thought to myself that I wanted to quit Christian witches. Now, let me come off screen share because there's something else very important I want to share with you. I was talking to, I would call this person a very advanced spiritual. I would call this person a living their destiny all in. I mean, on it. I mean, doing it. That's what I would say about this person. And she and I were having a conversation. And she was like, what's my purpose? And this, oh, thank you. And it says love. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Love my shirt. She was questioning her purpose. Have you ever been there? questioning your purpose and your destiny. Like, what is my purpose? And it's not like you just have this one big purpose and, oh, this is my purpose. Things shift and grow, and you morph and you evolve, and things change and things grow, and you're a great becoming. You are a great becoming. You're not just this one static thing. You're a great becoming. You're an event. You're not a noun. You're a verb. That ought to be a tweet. So, because you're a one of a kind occurring cosmic event, almost like an asteroid, right? You're moving through space and time. On this dimension, other dimensions where there's no space and time, there is simply this cosmic being. Well, she and I were having this conversation about those of us who are being very, like, we know what our destiny is, and we're on it, right? We're on it. And she was like, my purpose, like, it's a challenge. And I said, I know what you mean. And we were talking about quitting. Like, why not just leave it? Like, why do this? Just go somewhere and land in the Maldives, just have a beautiful life. Like, why do all of this? Because your purpose and your destiny and your calling is not easy. It is easy to quit it. You'll never be fulfilled. You see, I can't quit Christian witches, even though it's a huge part of my destiny. I can't quit, and it is a huge part of my destiny, not even though, because it's a huge part of my destiny, because I have to see it through. I have to see where it goes. I have to see it through to completion, all that I came here to do, and then other people are going to take it even beyond. You'll see Christian witches worship services, worship centers, and spiritual centers all over the globe. It's amazing. You probably won't see that many churches. You'll see Christian witches centers. You'll see Christian witches stores. You'll see, just like hoodoo, you'll see Christian witchcraft is a viable, valuable path that people, just like Wicca, hoodoo, any of the magical arts and sciences, you will see Christian witchcraft as a very viable plan. Nobody will even raise an eyebrow at Christian witches 20 years hence. It won't, when I say won't raise an eyebrow, it won't be considered strange, as revolutionary as it was maybe even a decade ago. Even though Christianity itself is a magical pagan religion, but it's in denial. We're not going to talk about that right now. Anyhow, we were talking about that, and she said something fascinating. She said she was talking to another person who has this big destiny, that thing that they're building on this planet, right? And she says, I do quit it every so often. Every so often, I just have to quit it. I just have to walk away and go be somewhere on the planet and give myself like a month or whatever. And then I can come back to it, and I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. Here's why. It's not easy. And typically, your destiny is going to be something no one's ever seen before. And people, we as humans, have something in us that naturally resists change and things we've never seen before. Therefore, you are going up against a tremendous inner and outer resistance to live your true purpose, calling, destiny on this planet, and to be the great being that you were born to be. Like if we look at Nelson Mandela's life, Madiba, he knew that he was supposed to overturn the status quo. He knew that it wasn't right for Black people to be here and white people to be here. He knew that it wasn't right to be treated so badly. He knew all these things, and he knew he was to overturn it. He thought he was to overturn it with fighting, and later he learned that he was to overturn it with forgiveness. He knew he was right. He knew, no, this has to go. He knew he was the one that would play a great role in making apartheid a thing of the past. But now the methods, when you're kind of young and hot-headed, it's like Malcolm X, by any means necessary. We turning over tables, Jesus style, up in here. We are coming guns blazing. We coming Biggie, busting the door, waving the 4-4s. That's what we doing. And then you realize that might not be the best approach to overturn the status quo that is clearly not love. And that is harassing and haranguing millions of people. It's pretty bad. It's pretty horrible. Some horrible things are going on planet Earth right now. They're chopping kids up. They're chopping body parts off of children. Thank God people are starting to say, don't do that. No. Wait a minute. We have to rethink this. We're doing permanent things to children. Okay? There's a better way. There's a better way. There's a better way. Okay? So he had a purpose, a mission. He knew why he came here, just like you. You know why you came here. So now you look around and you're thinking to yourself, okay, how am I going to overturn the whole medical establishment? Well, he probably said the same thing. How am I going to overturn apartheid? And here it is, gone. Maybe it has some remnants. We're not interested in apartheid anymore. It's gone. People don't want that anymore. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make common sense. Your purpose and destiny will be hella hard, super challenging. You'll want to quit it probably several times. And yet it'll be the grandest ride and greatest adventure of your life. And it's something that you can't not do and live your best. You can't not do it. If you are Serena Williams, you can't not play tennis and go be an inspiration to all these people. See, I saw a picture the other day of Misty Copeland. Misty Copeland, the incredible Black ballerina. I saw a picture of her the other day. Misty Copeland, it just blew my mind. If you're Misty Copeland, you got to see through crunched up toes. They say ballerinas' feet are horrible feet because they have the whole weight of their whole body on their toes, on their feet all the time. They say their feet are horrible. Anyway, if you're a Misty Copeland and you're here to bring the Black presence into ballet, and not the first one, right? Not the first Black ballet dancer. If you are Misty Copeland, you are here to upset and change the status quo. And you don't go in there busting the door in. Y'all need to have more Black people in here. People just look at you like, that's not how you do it. You go in and you be the best ballet dancer that the world has ever seen, or at least put in the work to do that. You just be good. As Maya Angelou says, be so good that they can't take their eyes off you. That's how you win this game. You don't win this game bussing in the door, waving the 4-4s, shooting up the joint, turning over tables, being a hellion. Hellion will only get you so far. After a while, you must elevate. You must play more strategic, and you must play chess rather than shooting it out on the battlefield. Everybody's not on the battlefield. The generals are playing chess and they're moving the pawns around. The pawns are the people in the army still out there on the battlefield fighting. Come off the battlefield of your life and come into the strategic, visionary leader that you are, and navigate where you're going from a place of vision, because vision pulls, pain pushes. Rather than being prodded along by the insufficiency of the wrong race or the wrong color or born in the wrong place or the wrong body or the wrong this or the wrong that, whatever is plaguing you, the pain will push you until the vision pulls you. I have a great vision. I have a great vision. I see this great vision. The great vision will lift you up. It says it in the Bible. It says, without vision, the people perish. And it says, write the vision, make it plain, so that he who sees it may run. See, when you have this great vision of you, your life, what you're here for, what you're doing, your destiny, your purpose, and you're going to see it through to completion, no matter how challenging it is, this lifts you, it pulls you, it elevates you, it ascends you. Come on, church. Amen, saints. And let the church say amen. Amen, saints. Amen. Amen, saints. Okay. Let's go back on screen share to our mantra for today. Legacy. That's what your legacy is about. Now, look, it says, no matter how challenging it may be, that I'm going to see it through. This is a big one right here. It is easy for me to just channel these words from the angels and write it and put it in a cute book and send it to you. That was the easy part. Let's see you do it. Let's see you have the faith, the certainty, the knowing to walk out your divine destiny, see it through to completion, no matter how challenging it may be, no matter who may or may not believe in me. Let's see you do it. That's where 95% of the people fall out the game. Oh, they can read the book and they can make beautiful notes in the book, draw doodlies. I have seen pictures of what people have done to these books. You've got them like you got pictures in them. You've got them like crafts books. Oh my goodness, I love it. That's the easy part. Putting it all on paper, this is what I'm going to do. Easy. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Saying it, easy. Let's see you get up. It says walk out. You have to walk it out, which means you must activate yourself to a very high level. You must get up and do big, scary things. No matter how challenging it may be. Because you know that's what you came to the planet for. No matter how challenging it may be. Gandhi sat there and he said, I will starve. I will not eat until this is done. Gandhi got it done. He walked it out to completion. Super difficult. Super difficult. Dr. Sebi healed us and left us his teachings. Why? Because he knew he is a great healer. We're still living on Dr. Sebi and what he taught us. We know Dr. Sebi is a great healer. What if Dr. Sebi was working at Chick-fil-A, handing out chicken sandwiches, and you say, thank you, my pleasure? What if that's what Dr. Sebi, what if Dr. Sebi never met the challenges of pushing forward no matter what, and healing people no matter what, and teaching us about the body and about what's real and about plants? What if he did not persist no matter what, walk it out? We wouldn't have Dr. Sebi. What if Nelson Mandela did not persist? What if Harriet Tubman was free, living in Pennsylvania? She was free and she had a dream. Go back and get them. What if she said, that's a crazy dream. I'm not going back there. I'm going to sit right here and sip some tea and me and my lovely clothes in my lovely house in Philadelphia. She couldn't not do it. She said, okay, I'm going to do it. She had to literally walk it out. Walk. We're such punks. We can't even walk from one neighborhood to another neighborhood. But Harriet Tubman could walk back and forth from Pennsylvania to Maryland. Have you ever thought about walking? They didn't have trains. They didn't have cars. The slaves walked. Took them months, and they had to leave sometimes in the wintertime. Well, frostbite is better than being a slave. We can fix your foot later. Keep moving. Right now, we have to go through the snow so we can lose the tracks. We have to go through the water, even though the water's cold, so that the dogs can't trace. And what are we doing? We can't even walk to the corner. She walked from Pennsylvania to Maryland, back and forth, back and forth. She was a commuter on her feet. What if she said, I'm good? You see, no matter how challenging it may be, your assignment is your assignment. And there's no big God in the sky that gave you an assignment. You chose it. You wanted to do this. Your soul came here. You came into this dimension because you wanted to do something that would elevate this whole consciousness of humanity and beyond humanity in all dimensions. You volunteered. And then we got here and it's like, oh, this is a hard planet. What is going on down here? It wasn't like this when I was in spirit realms. Now things are happening to this body. I can't even hardly get this body working right. Your nervous system is not even fully landed. You come out of your mother's womb and it's lights and it's cold. You're like, ah, damn. That's why a lot of babies just leave right there. They're like, oh, no, I'm not staying here. They're like, reset. They just push the reset button and get the hell out of Dodge. You get to walk it out. I am a legacy weaver for future generations who will be strengthened and fortified by the stories they hear of my practice of meeting my heroic nature. See, you meet your heroic nature. You are a hero. You are here to do heroic things. You are here to be the hero of your own story, the heroine of your own story. You're the Zeus. You're the Oshun. You are the Obatala. That lives in you. You are the Hercules. You are the Isis, Osiris, the Horus. You are the Tahat, Thoth, right? These beings live in you. They're there in you. You have access to all of them. They are here in you so that you can meet your heroic nature. Everyone has within themselves a heroic nature, and you only see the heroic nature when, you know, a kid is under a car, then the mom goes and picks up the car. Well, you had the ability to pick up that car before, you just didn't have good enough reason to. But a mom seeing a kid under a car, that's a good enough reason to pick up the car. You've seen your heroic nature. You just don't have everyday reason to use your heroic nature. So I would offer that you create a life that requires you to activate your heroic nature and meet your heroic nature on a daily basis. That's, the angels say you have a heroic nature. That's natural for you to be a hero, a heroine of your own life, of your own story. And as you become a hero and a heroine of your own life and your own story, you are weaving a legacy. You're a legacy weaver for future generations that are going to tell stories about you. G-Mommy did so-and-so, and G-Mommy did this. Just like we tell stories about the ancestors. My grandmother did this, and my great-grandmother did this, and my great-great-great-grandfather did this, and this one did this, and this one did that. And we are strengthened and fortified by the stories that we hear of the practice of meeting my heroic nature. It's a practice. It's a practice. It's a practice. You don't just meet your heroic nature once and then sit down and say, wow, I sure was a hero today, but it's going to take me another 20 years to get up again and meet my heroic nature again. Oh, I'm spitting something today. I hope you're catching what spirit is spitting. I hope you're catching it. Because I see so many people that are unhappy, and the reason they're unhappy because they're not on their divine destiny, their purpose, they're not on it. That's why they're not happy. Me, I'm on my divine destiny every day, whether I'm paid or not, whether I feel good or not, whether I like it or not, whether people agree or not, whether people help me or not, whether people support me or not. Forget about all of that. It is non-essential to your destiny fulfillment what other people do. Other people's actions are non-essential to you. And you won't be able to meet your own self at the end of your life on your deathbed when you meet your own self. And you know you did it or didn't do it. You know inside yourself now whether you're doing it or not doing it. We know. And this is not for guilt. This is simply for awareness and to make a choice and a decision to say, I'm going to do it. Step by precious step. Step by precious step. You don't have to barrel all the way there in one day. Every day I'm going to forward destiny. Every day, every day, every day I'm going to forward what I am on the planet for. Step by precious step, I am weaving a beautiful legacy of faith. That means I see it in the third eye as done, and I move on that because I have knowing, not I believe a bunch of shit that other people told me. I am weaving a beautiful legacy. You're weaving it. That means that it is a work of art, a masterpiece. I am weaving a beautiful legacy of faith, wealth, success, beauty. What is beauty? Beauty is the kiss of the divine. Beauty does not refer to, do you have your face beat today or not? Beauty is a universal principle that applies to all things that have been created by the natural order. A flower is beautiful in its own way. A bee is beautiful in its own way. A dandelion is beautiful in its own way. A horse is beautiful in its own way. Beauty is the kiss of divinity, and it is present in nature everywhere. Beauty, bliss, and accomplishment. You want to have a sense of accomplishment, a sense of winning, a sense of conquering, a sense of achievement. And when we say conquering, we don't mean conquering other people. We mean conquer your own damn self. Can we do that? Some days I can't even conquer my own mind. That's why I just will shut it down. Okay, just clear. I'll just go clear. Because I can't even get a handle on my own thoughts. Okay, clear. That's how I handle that. With God, all things are possible. What is God? God is you. What a blasphemer I am. Yay, happy to be a blasphemer. God is you. Aho. What is Aho? Aho is a term of our brothers and sisters who are in the Native First Nations societies of North America. And we also see it in Peru with the shamans. It is a greeting. It is an acknowledgement. It's like a namaste. And we see it, we hear Aho when we bring in the stones into the sweat lodge. The stones that we have prayed over and asked the stones if they would assist us in our ascension by giving their life for us in our ascension. And only the stones that say yes are scooped up, placed into the fire, heated to 5,000 degrees till the stones themselves look like orange embers. And then as we are in the sweat lodge, a pit is in the earth mother, and the stones are enter into the sweat lodge, and we greet each stone with Aho. God is here. The great invisible spirit is here to help us all. Aho. It is our acknowledgement of the presence of the divine. I said a lot today. And I pray, and I know, this is what I know. I know that it has landed on good soil. That's what I know. I don't believe that. That's what I know. I know because I have it within myself that this message goes to the right people at the right time, watching it, and you hear it, and it ignites something in your spirit by the law of resonance. Everything is energy. That something happens and it is activated, and now you jump up and you do it. You do it. There has been one thing I have heard over and over and over and over and over on my 14 years of being on YouTube. And you know what I've heard? This is consistent. This is the number one thing I've heard consistently over the entire time I've been on YouTube. I love your energy. That is the consistent, that is the number one. People say a lot of things. The second one is you're hilarious, KAISI. I'm over here rolling, LMAO. That's the other one, because y'all know, and I'm quite crazy as a bed bug, as my mama used to say. That's the second one. The first one is, I love your energy. And what does that mean? It means we all recognize energy, no matter what religion, no matter what race, creed, color, it doesn't matter. We were in Dubai and we were at the Desert Safari. Next to us was a whole family of people that looked like they were from India. Several of the men, bless me, pardon me. Several of the men wore turbans. And the women were dressed in the traditional garb of what it looked like they were from India. Could have been Pakistan, yet I would place it in India. And they were having so much fun. They were enjoying the food. We were all in the VIP section because we chose the VIP. When you get there, they upsell you. I like that. I like being upsold because you get more. So we're sitting there, and though I did not understand the words they were saying, and I did not know exactly where in India they were from, I knew their energy, and they knew our energy. We had already exchanged all of that invisibly. No one said anything, just by resonance and by being next to each other, because we're all sharing energy. Harmony goes up to get a closer video of the belly dancer, who, by the way, blew people away. This belly dancer some belly dancers are better than others. This one, she was doing it. And Harmony, the belly dancer, started dancing, right, with Harmony. Harmony was like right off stage, and the belly dancer was on stage. So the belly dancer was giving Harmony her attention, right? And then Harmony started dancing with the belly dancer too, and their hips was just going with the music. Everybody in the place lost it. They were like, "Wow!" And our family here from India, I call them family because everybody's family. Everywhere I go around the whole world, everybody's family to me, right? And to all of us. The family said, "Oh, here," they give us some of their energy. They say, "Oh, that's your friend," because they knew that Harmony was with us. And they were like, "Yes, yes." And they just blasted so much energy to us in applause, in happiness, in acknowledgement that, look at your friend. She's dancing here with everyone here in this whole place is looking at your friend dancing with the belly dancer, and everybody's enjoying it. And this is right before Ramadan, because don't think there's going to be all this hip shaking and when Ramadan is going on. It's not. Time to think about God. Okay? We ain't having all this hip shaking during Ramadan. It was just before Ramadan. Okay, I think Ramadan was like the next day. They were like, get all your hip shaking in tonight, because it's about to be 40 days of thinking about God and praying, okay, and fasting. Oh, goodness, and cleansing your nature. So it was an incredible exchange. You could just see the energy. Everything's energy. Everyone's energy. We don't understand each other's languages. We don't have to. We don't understand each other's clothing. We don't know where each other are from when we go travel the globe. That's why traveling the globe is one of your best PhDs in energy. Because if you walk into I had one of my best energy experiences is when I go to Paris. I got to really be on it. When I go to Paris, because when you go into a restaurant, Parisians are not the most friendly people on the planet. I'm sure you might have heard that. Now, it's not like that for all of France, because in the south of France, they were beautiful. They were wonderful. I mean, they still weren't these people like Americans. That's why they say that Paris Disneyland didn't do so well at first because all this smiling and big, the French people are just not like that. Like, what are you so happy about? So anyway, a scowl is pretty normal, and it's suspicious if you're just walking in like, hey, how you doing? Hey, that looks suspicious. So, and I understand it because I'm from New York, and when I grew up in New York, that would look suspicious too. But after 911, New York changed. But anyway, when I go to Paris, I have to really work my energy because I have to work my energy on the waiter because the waiter will openly show disgust at something if you don't like something. The waiters, they're not like in the United States where they have to pretend like you're not getting on their last nerves because they want that big tip. No, in Paris, you would know that you're getting on their last nerve and they don't care about a tip because they're getting paid a real, true living wage that they can live on. And they're like, ah. They literally say that to people, like, Americans. Especially if you ask for ketchup on some delicious, like openly showing disdain. Is A-okay in Paris. It's just okay. Not everywhere. Not everybody's like that. You will see that kind of, sort of, right? And energy. So what I do, since I know that maybe that could be the energy, I want to have the energy I want to have. I don't want to have the energy of disdain. So I will let the person have the energy of disdain because everyone can choose what energy they have. And I will be bringing in a whole bubble of love and joy and peace and happiness and bliss at eating in this wonderful place. Me and my daughter, Veronica, while we were in Paris, I treated her to Paris, for her graduation because she graduated high school honors and she's about to graduate college. I know I said it before, I'm gonna say it a million times, and you're gonna see it next week. You're gonna see pictures and everything, video and all that. She's about to graduate college honors again. Come on, baby. This is my super smart baby. We put her in Montessori and everything. She's always been, I think, because she's Montessori trained, she's Montessori child. I do believe that changed everything for her emotion, for her whole way her mind worked. I didn't want her to be in anything regular because this girl was just, and we're like, we need to feed that, right? She and I were in Paris having breakfast. And for all the disdain of, some Parisians, not all, she and I had the most delightful breakfast. And to this day, we still talk about those eggs that morning in Paris, that they were the fluffiest, most delicious eggs. I can still taste them. Those were the fluffiest, most delicious eggs I have ever had in my entire life. Me and her were like, what did they do to these eggs? Oh my goodness. We were having our traditional French breakfast. Bread with your bread, because French people, they give you a croissant and then bread. French bread with your croissant. You're not getting out of Paris without eating bread. So all your keto people, drop keto at the door. They're like, keto, what is keto? We don't do keto here. We do bread. You want more bread? They ain't doing no keto. Americans, just note to self, don't take your keto stuff into Paris. Don't do it. They're not trying to hear that. It's literally called French bread. So anyway, and in the morning, a traditional Parisian breakfast is croissant and bread. You have bread with your bread and some orange juice and a coffee and maybe an egg. That is a traditional French breakfast. And then they give you the American breakfast. The American breakfast is like eggs, bacon, biscuit. The American thing, potatoes. That's not the other places. Other places have their own breakfasts. So when you have,
especially Thailand.
Ooh, in Thailand, what's happening in Thailand? Harmony is on Clubhouse. Without Clubhouse
In
family.
Thailand, all the breakfast buffets look like, what is going on
What
here?
is this?
Like, they had chicken wings, baked beans were on the breakfast menu every day. It's like, okay, baked beans with, and then they would have like waffles and pancakes with baked beans and rice and chicken. It was definitely not anything that looked like an American breakfast. And every morning they would have like a different breakfast buffet, and the only thing on the buffet that would kind of resemble American breakfast maybe was bacon. Like, you had to order pancakes or waffles. It wasn't on the buffet. It was just a buffet of what would look like a random lunch, but it was for breakfast every morning.
Yep. Same thing in China. In China, the breakfast buffet was like, well, first of all, I have a lot to learn because I don't know what 90% of this food is. Yet I'm going to put it on my plate and I'm going to try it. No, not eggs and, yeah, no, not eggs. Rice, beans, vegetables, chicken, steaks, pork, because Chinese people don't bring your Islamic self to China. Just stay away from China. If you're Islamic, you don't need to go. You can skip that country because pork is in everything. I think they got pork milk for the babies in the baby bottle. Don't do it. And don't complain. Don't complain. That's how they do it, right? We don't want people coming over from somewhere else and complaining. Look at this breakfast buffet. Eggs and grits and bacon and potatoes and biscuits, waffles and pancakes. Where's the beans? Where's the steaks? Where's the kimchi? You're not going to see kimchi on an American breakfast. See, energy, energy. And traveling the world will give you a PhD in energy. I promise you it will. And it will help you to not only tap in and understand your own energy and choose the energy that you're going to be in and stay in it no matter what everybody else is doing over here. It also will help you modulate the energy of spaces and modulate the energy of people. Not that you are controlling someone else's energy, that's for them. I'm talking about your experience of them. And I'm talking about the law of resonance, because if you come with more joy than their disdain, joy wins. The strongest vibration wins. That's it for today. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend. I hope that you take advantage of the Christian Witches Convention. Monday is the last day for tickets to the Christian Witches Convention. If you are trying to get your tickets, if you're trying to get a vendor, if something is going on and your credit card is not working, please email us. Please email or text us, because Monday night at 11:45 p.m. the doors shut. And that's it. And who's in is it. Also, May 31st is the last day to get $1,000 off all the retreats. $1,000. We're running a promotion right now. $1,000 off all the retreats. That's May 31st, 2 weeks. $1,000 off Egypt. $1,000 off Egypt can help pay for your cruise, your Nile River cruise, if you're going to be on the Nile River with us. And oh my goodness, the group that's coming to Egypt is so delicious. I love it. I love all the groups. I love the group that's coming to Greece. I can't believe we'll be in Greece next month. I love that group that's coming to Italy. And I love the group so far that's coming to Egypt. I just love it. I just love it. So if you're a globetrotter, get in there and text us. If you are not registered and you want to register, text us, because we got our text. We got our text. You're making me hungry. I just bought some waffles and vegan sausage. I'm definitely going to cook them. Ooh, lovely. I love it. I love it. Vegan sausage. I love that. So family, we love you. Have a beautiful weekend. See you on Monday. And Monday night is class about how to get Amazon to love your book so you can get these thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in royalties. I want you into this class, and I want you to remember that we are going for something here. What are we going for? You go to ValerieLove.com, click on classes. What are we going here for here? This masterclass. We're going for our life of freedom. And look, you might say, I don't want to write books. Get the AI to write it for you. I'm going to teach a class on that too. How to have the AI write a book for you in 5 minutes, pretty much. You don't have to want to buy books. Write books. Here's the deal. You don't have to want to be an author. The AI can write books for you all day long. And do you understand that you can have a book business that is making you money every single month and you never wrote a word? That's the kind of world we live in. Do you understand the world you live in? Come on, FD 1111 Ministries. So many people are registered for this class. I cannot wait to get in this class on Monday night. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Monday night at 9 p.m. because at 7 p.m. I have the mastermind. Okay? So if you're not in the mastermind, text me. You know how to get into the mastermind. We love you. We love you. We love you. Have a beautiful day. Peace and love. Peace.